So do you also wish to send automated birthday wishes to all your clients? Then give me 10 minutes and I'll show you how you can do this. So hello all, welcome back to Pabbly Connect, and in this video we are going to understand how to send automated birthday greetings to clients from Google Sheets. So like you, I'm also running a business and I also wish to send automated birthday greetings to all my clients. So to do this, I've simply created this amazing automation which is going to run every day. It is going to take the client details from Google Sheets and send them automated birthday wishes. So to do this, we are simply going to create a connection between Schedule by Pabbly, Google Sheets and Gmail, and we are going to create this connection without knowing any programming or coding language using an amazing automation software which is Pabbly Connect. So if you also want to create this amazing automation for your own business, then for that you have to come with me towards my screen. Welcome to my screen everyone. In this video I'll show you how to send personalized birthday wishes to your clients automatically using the data from Google Sheets. So we're just going to send emails something like this. And how are we going to do that? For that, I'm just going to open a new tab and I'm just going to look for the landing page of Pabbly Connect simply by searching pabbly.com/connect in my browser. And using Pabbly Connect, which is an amazing automation software and an easy to use automation tool, we are going to create this connection between Google Sheets and Gmail that we're going to send automated birthday wishes on email to all our clients, something like this. Alright, but before we move on further, I'll just show you something really helpful. This is the Pabbly community where automation users, business owners and marketers connect. A space where users share their ideas, solutions and workflow tips. So if you are stuck at any step, the community is a great resource for guidance. And if you also want to join this community, we have attached the link in the description box below. Make sure to check it out. Alright, I'm just going to open the landing page of Pabbly Connect in order to create this connection and move on further. Over here, we're just going to get two options. One is sign in and the another one is sign up for free. So if you are a new user, you can click on this sign up for free and you're going to get 100 of tasks free every month to explore the application. But over here, I'm an existing user, so I'm simply going to click on this button which says sign in. And once I'm just going to click on this sign in, it is opening all Pabbly apps, and over here going to see all the tools and applications offered by Pabbly. But in today's video, we are going to use Pabbly Connect because we are connecting different applications. So I'm simply going to click on this access now right over here to access my Pabbly Connects account. And now it is opening the dashboard of my Pabbly Connects account. And to get started, I'm just going to simply click on this button which says create workflow. And now it is asking me to select the workflow builder. The new workflow builder is faster and more flexible, and it is ideal for those who want a modern interface. While the classic builder, on the other hand, is perfect for users who prefer a stable and tried it and tested setup. So you can use anyone from this. I'm just going to use this new one. So I'm just going to go towards the select of the new one. Now it is asking me for the workflow name. So I'm simply going to enter the name of my workflow and select the folder in which I want to save the workflow. And after doing this, I'm just going to simply click on this button which says create. And once I'm just going to click on this create, it is going to open the most important window of our automation, which is our workflow window. So this is the most important window because we have trigger and action in this. Trigger and actions are the two main principles on which our workflow is going to run. Trigger means when this happens and action means do this. So by this, you can understand that the trigger starts the process while the actions are results for the same. Alright, so for our today's trigger application, I'm just going to select it as schedule, which is a feature by Pabbly. So I'm just going to look for schedule right over here. So what I want is I want to schedule this workflow for every day. Alright, so I'm just going to look for schedule right over here, and as you can see, schedule by Pabbly, so I'm simply going to select it. Now for the event, I'm just going to simply select it as schedule workflow and click on this connect. And now it is saying how often do you want to run this workflow. So I want to run this workflow every day, so I'm just going to select every day and I'm just going to give it a time on which time I want to run this workflow. Alright, so I'm simply going to select the time right over here. Let's say I'm just going to select it as 9 a.m. So I'm just going to simply select it as 9 a.m. morning and click on this save. And once I'm just going to click on this save, yes, you can see that we have successfully set it this workflow on schedule, which is every day at 9 this workflow is going to get started. And after scheduling this workflow, what I want is I want that this automation should look into my sheets and look for the date. And with the help of the current date, it should look whose birthday is on the current date and send them an email which is something like this. So what I'm just going to do is, first I'm just going to fetch the current date. For that, I'm just going to add another action step. And now for the action application, I'm simply going to select it as date time formatter. So it is a feature by Pabbly which helps you to format the date and time. Now for the event, I'm just going to simply select it as current date and click on this connect. Now it is asking me for the format in which I want the date. So I'm simply going to enter the format which is date, month and year. So this is the format in which I want the date. So I'm simply going to select it and click on this save and send test request. So yes, this is the current date 17/07/2025. But over, we're going to see that we have to fetch the date with the help of date and month only, not the year, because the year is different for everyone, right? And I want to send the mail using the date and the month. So what I'm just going to do is, I'm just going to first exclude this 2025 from here in this current date. So what I'm just going to do is, I'm just going to add another action step. Now for the action application, I'm simply going to select it as text formatter by Pabbly. So it is a feature by Pabbly which helps you to format the text. All right. Now for the event, I'm just going to simply select it as split text and click on this connect. And now I'm just going to simply enter the text to split, which is this date, right? Which is the current date. So I'm simply going to enter it right over here, but I'm not going to enter it manually, but instead we are just going to map it. So mapping is a method by Pabbly which means inserting the data from the previous step. And as you know, our previous step were these steps. So we're just going to simply enter the details from these steps only. But we are just going to map these details so that each detail turns dynamic. And how we're going to do that? For that, I'm just going to look for the current date in the datetime formatter and map it like this right over here. And now it is asking me for the separator. So I'm just going to separate it with this. I'm just going to simply enter it right over here. Now for the segment index, I'm just going to keep it as all and click on this save and send test request. And as you can see that we have successfully received this date, month and year separately. And now what I'm just going to do is, I'm just going to look up in my sheets of this date whose birthday is on our this date. So what I'm just going to do is, I'm just going to add another action step. And now for the action application, I'm simply going to select it as Google Sheets. So I'm just going to search for Google Sheets right over here. And as you can see the same, so I'm simply going to select Google Sheets. And as you can see Google Sheets right over here, so I'm simply going to select it. Now for the event, I'm just going to simply select it as lookup spreadsheet rows and click on this connect. Now in order to connect this Google Sheets, you have to go towards this add a new connection and then sign in with Google. And once you go towards this sign in with Google, Pabbly is going to ask you to select the Gmail account with the help of which you want to create this connection. So you can simply select the Gmail account, and after selecting the Gmail account, Pabbly is going to ask you for some permissions. So you can simply click on this allow and give Pabbly all the permissions, because your data and my data is secure with Pabbly. And no need to worry. With this, we have successfully created a connection between Google Sheets and Pabbly Connect. And now I'm just going to give it the spreadsheet in which they have to look up for the date and month. So the name of my spreadsheet is details. So I'm simply going to select the same right over here. Then I'm just going to select the sheet. Now it is asking me for the lookup value. So it is saying enter the value to be searched in the column here. So the lookup value will be the date, right? So I'm just going to open this text formatter response, and I'm just going to first map the date. Then I'm just going to put this and map this month too. So I'm just going to look up for this date and month right over here in this sheet. Right now it is saying look up columns. So the column to look up in is E. So I'm just going to simply enter E right over here and now move on further. It is saying end column of data. So over here you're going to see it is F. So I'm simply going to enter F right over here and move on further. Now it is asking me for many another details. So all of these details are not the required details. So I'm just going to keep it as default only and click on this save and send test request. But before clicking on this save and send test request, we'll just switch off this simple response button, because I'm just going to capture the advanced response. And further in this video, I'll just let you know why I captured this advanced response. So as you can see that we have successfully received the advanced response, and over here we're going to receive all the details of our leads whose birthday is on 17/07. So we're going to see there are two clients whose birthday is on 17/07, and we have received the details for the same right over here. Yes, with this we have successfully completed this Google Sheet step, and now I'm just going to move on further. Now I'm just going to apply an action step which is named iterator. So for that, I'm just going to click on this add action step, and I'm just going to look for iterator right over here, and I'm just going to select iterator. So you must be wondering, what is iterator? So iterator iterates or loops through all the rows one by one and execute all the below actions multiple times based on the number of items in the whole data array. So this was the reason that we selected the previous response as advanced response, so that we can receive the array which we can further add it right over here in this iterator, so that it can iterate or loop through all the rows one by one and execute all the after this action steps multiple times. Alright, so I'm simply going to select the event as process arrays and click on this connect. Now I'm just going to simply map the array right over here and click on this save and send test request. Now it has successfully given me the details of the first one, which was birthday on 1707. Alright, so now I'm just going to send them email to this, and what is going to happen is that when this workflow is going to run in real time, automatically a mail will be sent to all of the details whose birthday is on 1707. Alright, so now I'm just going to move on further, and what I'm just going to do is I'm just going to add new action step. And now for the action application, I'm simply going to select it as Gmail right over here. And now for the event, I'm just going to simply select it as send email v1 and click on this connect. Now, like we connected Google Sheets, you same have to connect the Gmail account too. You have to go towards this add a new connection, sign in with Google and connect your Gmail account. I've already connected it, so I'm just going to go towards this select existing connection and then save. And now it is asking me for the email address. So yes, we have received it in the response of our previous step. So I'm simply going to map it and move on further. Now I'm just going to only fill in the details which are required, like this sender's name. So I'm just going to simply enter the company name in this sender's name, which is the name of my company, right? And now for the subject, I'm just going to enter the subject as this, which is the name of my user, or you can say the name of my client, and then your birthday surprise is ready, so that each one can receive a more personalized mail, right? So I'm just going to map this first name. I'm just going to put a space and then the last name. Now I'm just going to move on further. It is saying reply to, so this email is not a reply email. I'm just going to leave it as blank. Now for the email content type, I'm just going to select it as HTML, and now I'm just going to enter the email content right over here. If you wish, you can definitely select the content type as plain too. I'm just going to keep it as HTML because I want to send attractive emails like this towards my clients. And now I'm just going to map the client name right over here in this mail. All right, so I'm just going to look for the client name. I'm just going to search for name. As you can see that this is the first name, I'm just going to map it, put a space and then the last name. And now with this, we have successfully entered this and mapped the details. And now I'm just going to click on this save and send test request. If you wish, you can definitely fill out the rest of the details too, but I've only filled out the details which are required. And we have received the positive response that we have successfully sent the mail. So I'm just going to open my Gmail account and go back towards this inbox section. And as you can see that we have successfully sent the mail. Over here, I'm just going to open this mail, and as you can see, it is saying happy birthday, William Gracia. On your special day, all of us at Pabbly want to send you our warmest wishes and a little something to make your day even brighter. Over here, we have given all the clients a birthday surprise. They can simply go towards this claim your birthday surprise button and view the offer. So yes, you can see that with this, we have successfully sent a birthday email to my client. And what is going to happen is that now every day at 9 a.m. this workflow is going to get started. And first, it is going to look for the current date. And then from the current date, we're just going to check our Google Sheets where we have the client details, and we're just going to check that on this current date whose birthday it is. And we're just going to send them an email something like this. So all of this is going to happen in backend. We don't have to come back and again to our workflow. Once you have to set up this workflow, and then you have to sit back and relax. All of this is going to happen in backend, and every day at 9 this workflow is going to get started. So yes, now go try this amazing automation for your own business too, because right now we are offering a free trial of Pabbly Connect. And while trying, if you have any questions related to the video or the workflow, you can directly comment on this video. See you in the next video with many more automation tips, everyone. Thank you for watching. So not only these applications, but with the help of Pabbly Connect, you can connect many more applications. So now if you have any doubts, you can reach us at support@pabbly.com. If you have any queries, you can reach us at forum.pabbly.com. And if you have any pricing related issues, you can follow this URL. And now go try this amazing automation for your own business too, because right now we are offering a free trial of Pabbly Connect.